back to my channel and to another What I Eat in a Day video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you what I like to eat in a day for gut health and for skin health as well. I've been on a little bit of a skin supportive journey, I guess you could call it, for the past few weeks. My skin, I find, breaks out really easily when my blood sugar is out of whack in particular, so I will be sharing what I like to eat through the day to make sure that my blood sugar is balanced, that I'm getting enough protein and fat, and also I'll be sharing with you some foods that are great for gut health as well, as there's, always that connection between gut and skin health a lot of the time. So let's dive in. I am starting off my day with, of course, some tea. I'm also making Sean's coffee here as well. This here is green tea. I absolutely love green tea, and it is actually a wonderful source of polyphenols, antioxidant-rich polyphenols that have prebiotic properties to them. So I love green tea, love the taste of it, and it's just very antioxidant-rich. So for breakfast this morning, I am making myself a smoothie. I've really been loving this particular recipe quite a bit lately. It's just a really nice blend of berries, and there's some yogurt in there. I'm doing a coconut yogurt, some almond milk, some greens. It has some frozen cauliflower in there and chia seeds, a little bit of vanilla extract. It's just like a really nicely flavored smoothie. I don't know, it's great. I'll leave the recipe below because you can find it over on my blog, but it's really rich and creamy. It's not too sweet, but kind of has a good amount of protein in there too, and some good fats. And the cauliflower, it's just a way to replace ice, but giving you a little bit more of that boost of veggies, but doesn't affect the flavor. I'm also taking probiotics at the moment. This is the Daily Synbiotic by Seed, and I am very happy to be partnering up with them in today's video. I've taken their probiotics in the past, and I just love how they make me feel. So this is a pre and probiotic 2-in-1 capsule that contains 24 clinically studied strains for supporting your microbiome and healthy digestion, as well as things like skin health. So I take 2 capsules on an empty stomach, usually in the morning or before bed, although today I'm just taking it a little bit later in the morning, but that's okay too. And what's cool is that they're also sustainably delivered every month. So in your first purchase, you get a glass jar that's infinitely refillable, and then the monthly refills are delivered in compostable, recyclable, and biodegradable packaging, which is pretty cool. So if you want to try Seed, you can get 15% off your first month's supply with the code Megan at checkout. You can click the link in the description box below. And next, I'm going to be making myself an omelet. This is kind of like a mid-morning breakfast as well. Take a look at this pink garlic clove. I've been buying garlic lately that seems to be very pink, which is kind of fun. Garlic is fantastic for gut health. It contains prebiotic fibers known as fructans that are really good for fueling your gut microbes, okay? Kind of feeding them, so to speak, in your colon, in your large intestine. If you have a sensitive gut, if you have IBS, then foods like garlic can make you kind of bloated and gassy, because those fructans are also known as a type of FODMAP. In the past, I could not tolerate very much garlic, but now I'm totally fine with it, and it is so good for your gut health and your microbiome. So this is an omelet that I make quite often because it's just a really simple, like light, nothing too crazy. So garlic, of course, obviously, but I've also got some baby tomatoes and some chopped kale as well. I like to finely chop my kale so that it's not big, huge pieces. Nice and fine, but it does cook down really nicely. But this is the tiniest little cutting board. It's honestly not the best cutting board for like staying still, but whatever, it's fine. And I'll do 5 baby tomatoes. How nice. And I just like to cut these in half. While the veggies are cooking away there, I just like to whisk up my eggs. Now that that's whisked, I'm just gonna add the veggies directly into here, give it a little stir, and then pour it back into the pan. It's gonna be so good. The garlic smells amazing. All right, let's pour it back in the pan. I'm also gonna cut up a grapefruit to enjoy with my omelet. You know, sometimes I'll just have an omelet for breakfast and not necessarily also a smoothie, but some days I want like a little something more kind of in the morning or mid-morning. So this omelet was nice and satisfying. Alrighty, so my lunch that I'm having today is just some leftover chickpea salad, and this I made just yesterday, so I have some left over for today. I make this salad honestly probably once a week, like every week. I love making this salad. It's so easy to do. It takes me like 2 seconds to make. I just take a can of chickpeas. I always add some shredded carrot in there, and then whatever veggies I have on hand I'll add. So I have some diced cucumber in here, I have some chopped greens, sometimes I'll do some diced avocado, I also put hemp seeds in there, and then for the dressing I just use olive oil, apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of maple syrup, and then that's it. Makes a super quick, filling, hearty lunch. The chickpeas here are such a great source of plant-based protein. It's very filling, fiber-rich, and it is delicious. So a little while later, I am snacking on these little almond butter brownies that I made just last night. I don't have an actual recipe to share with you all because I just kind of mixed these up in a bowl and baked them, but I just mixed together almond butter, melted dark chocolate, and some egg and vanilla, and I just kind of baked them. But I like these because the almond butter has that added fat and protein, so they don't spike the blood sugar too much, which helps me feel my best. Alrighty, and then for dinner tonight, I'm making burrito bowls. I love making these burrito bowls. They are so incredibly tasty. There's just such a great assortment of different flavors and foods and textures. It's so delicious. I've been thawing out 2 chicken breasts for most of the day. They're still a little bit frozen, but basically I'm just gonna cut them up. I want them to be cut like really small pieces, not huge chunks, although you could do, like, you can cut them up however you want. So to this, I'm gonna be adding some sea salt, some chili powder, some cumin, and some smoked paprika. Usually I will like just season this without measuring anything. I'll just add seasonings as I go. I'll taste it as it cooks. This is some garlic powder as well. So the chicken here is done. It's looking good. It tastes delicious. And rice here is also almost done. So I'm just gonna now prepare some of the toppings. So I like to chop up the romaine lettuce really thin, so it's almost like a shaved lettuce that goes on top of the bowls really nicely. Got some cilantro as well for topping. I'm just gonna make a really simple guacamole. I'm just gonna do like a simplified version, which is just like, I'll do some lime juice in it, a little sea salt, and a little chili powder. And let's give it a mix. This here is just a kind of like a chipotle mayo, kind of like a burrito sauce is kind of like what it is. So it's just mayo, some smoked paprika. You could also do like a chipotle paprika or chipotle seasoning, and some chili powder again. As you can see, chili powder is definitely the star of this meal tonight. I'm also just gonna rinse some black beans as well to use as a topping for the bowls. We won't use all of these, that's a lot of beans. I'll definitely save some of those for later. So all I do is we eat them just like this. I don't cook them because they were canned. I just give them a good rinse. I love black beans because they're such a great source, again, of those prebiotic fibers, really good for gut health. All right, so here's all of our toppings for the burrito bowls. We got some lime, some salsa, some black beans, cilantro, romaine lettuce,
some chipotle mayo, and some guacamole. So let's eat.
Burrito bowls really make the most perfect balanced meal because you have such an assortment of protein-rich foods from beans and the chicken in this particular recipe here, but also lots of veggies and lots of flavor, and some fat as well from the guacamole, and the carbohydrates from some whole grain brown rice. So it's just such a good, filling, hearty, satisfying, and very delicious meal. So that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little what I eat in a day for gut health and for skin health, some ways that I like to make sure that I keep my blood sugar balanced. Thank you again to Seed for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to check out your discount code below if you want to give Seed a try, and I will see you all in my next video.